Welcome to another helpful video from Promob South Africa. What we're going to do today is we're going to show you very quickly how you could add colors. Now, this is a new feature. When I say add colors, I mean change colors of certain items within inside your design. This is a new update. I know people have been struggling with when they add colors to certain side panels, especially if it's an outer color, in other words, a color that you've brought in, it doesn't always work. It'll only allow you to do it on one side. So the latest update, which I think was done on Friday, so either Friday or Thursday, around about the 14th or 13th of October 2022. So basically what happens at the moment, if I want to change this color and I want to bring a color in, and let's say, for instance, I'm going to use from my reverse, so I'm going to go over here. Let's just go in so I can get a color. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a paint, okay? Or maybe we'll just use a softwood. Let's use a softwood over here. So, for instance, if I wanted to add that color to this, the only way that I can do it is I would click on that, drag it over, and then I would have to use the reverse tool, which is this one, and it'll bring it in as a panel. Okay, what's going to happen is you're going to get this in repositioning, just say OK. Now once you've got this in, we can actually pick this color for that panel, because we're not actually really going to use this board. I'm just bringing it in to match up the color. So what I can do over here is I can come up here, I can click, and I can pick that material. Okay, once I've picked that material, I can go down and I can then click it, and I say only on this object. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to come up and get my select tool. I'm going to highlight this panel here, right click, and let's remove it. Okay, so now at the moment, all I've got is that one panel to that color, which is great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come across, I'm going to pick the color again, I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to come across to this panel, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to say only this item. And you'll see now that it's done both sides. Now what happens is sometimes on this, when you come across and you click and you say OK, only this item, this is what is going to happen. You're going to get it where it'll do the one side, but not the inside. Okay. So I'm doing this on purpose so that you can actually see what it's going to do. So if I come across to this one, click on that one, it's not allowing me. It'll let me click on the inside because of the way the panel is set up. I can click on that, but it won't allow me to do the whole panel. So with the latest update, what you can actually do, you go back out and you go to the select tool. What you can do is select the panel. Okay, go back to your kitchens, okay. Go to composite, and where you've got your side panel, just come down here with this highlighted and that highlighted. And this is now on the older jobs that you've done where you've already got side panels. You would then click this replace tool, quick replace. Okay, it's going to replace the panel. I'm going to do the same on this one just to show you. And I'm going to come back here and I'm going to say replace. So it's replaced the panel to how it originally was, but it's got the new updated software on it. So what happens now is if I take a paintbrush, choose that color, and I come across and I click on that panel and I say only this panel, only this panel. Okay. What happens now is if I go back to my select tool, you'll see now that the panels themselves are now completely that color. Now the advantage that we've got now with the new update is when you bring in a panel, new side panel, when you choose a color, so if we go in and we say choose a color, and you click and you say only this item, it automatically now will do both sides for you. So if we undo that and we go back on and we click and we say only this item, then it'll only do the side that you clicked on. So if you just want to show one color, you can, but to do the whole thing, you choose only this object and then the whole object will be done. That's the way that I would add new colors and things like that. Now, the other thing is, depending on what version of Windows you've got, if you've got Windows Pro 10 or 8, 11 at the moment, it's not doing it. But if you have Windows 10 or 8, what you can do is you can bring in a color. So I'm just going to show you here. And what I could do is I can literally drag, let's take this gray here, and I can literally drag it and drop it on. Choose this item, and now that color will be in there. Now again, unfortunately, Windows 11 doesn't allow it, and Windows versions that are not the Pro version, Windows themselves have blocked this function. If you've got version Pro on Windows 8 or 10, and you are still having this trouble, let me know. I'll send you a fact sheet on how to go in and adjust your Windows settings to allow you to do this. Now, once I've done this, what is nice, if I pick that color, it still says it's shale oak because it assumes that that's still the same color, but it will have your new color on there. And if I click and I say apply, you'll see it applies it over there. So I can apply that color and show you how it applies. Okay. I hope this part has helped. Please do the updates on your Windows as well as Promob. And if you've got graphics cards that you're running, it's also a very good idea to update the graphics card as well. So I hope this video has helped. I'm going to be doing several more types of videos like this, but this is really just to show you how to add your colors.